On the morning of May 17th, 2022, a few friends and I were in Boston waiting for an MBTA stone train which will be making a trip out to Westboro today to drop ballast, otherwise known as the stones which train tracks sit on top of. With the crew on duty at 7 a.m. in Reedville, we knew it would only be an hour or two before this train would make its way west, so we got set up at milepost 3.3, the switch where the stone train locomotives would hook up to their ballast-filled hopper cars. At 9:25, more than 2 hours before this train began its day, two locomotives roll through 3.3, sneaking through the bustling Allston neighborhood, home to Boston University and Harvard's Business School. After making a quick stop to manually open up a switch, the light power continues into Beacon Park Yard, but not before being met by an inbound Worcester Line train. After the inbound cleared, the light power was all set to continue into the yard, slowly moving into the shadows under the Mass Pike. Right about now is a great time to talk about what locomotives are powering this train today. While they might both look identical, these two are quite different, as the leader today, locomotive number 1030, is an F40 PHM-2C, one of the last of its kind on the MBTA. Over the past few years, the T has been rebuilding their aging F40 PH-2Cs and F40 PHM-2Cs to the modernized F40 PH-3C spec, and as of late 2022, only a handful of original F40s remain, with the easiest way to spot them being the old school lightning bolt paint scheme. Behind 1030 is a now average F40 PH-3C, but this one, number 1054, was the first unit to be rebuilt all the way back in 2019. Now that the extra has backed up far enough, it'll turn around, heading up the Grand Junction branch to pick up the rest of its train. With the locomotives preparing to head north, so did we, making our way to the BU Bridge, which is a nice view overlooking the Grand Junction Bridge over the Charles River. Despite how it appears to be abandoned, this bridge is actually an integral part of the MBTA network, serving as the main connection between the north and south side lines. As such an abandoned-looking bridge, passers-by take plenty of pictures whenever trains come through here, despite the fact that this branch line sees daily train action. Here's the light power heading to a nearby siding to pick up its loaded hopper cars. At this point, we were about to chase the stone train west to milepost 11 in Weston, but our plans would soon change. Over the radio, we overheard Pan Am local BL1Ying, or turning around their locomotive on the Yard 10Y in Somerville, in order to lead a CSX Executive Train north the next day. The night before, a one-car CSX office car train made its way into Boston in order to meet with Pan Am Railway's executives in Brunswick, Maine. In order to make sure the locomotives would be facing the right way, Pan Am Railways would be tasked with turning everything in the right direction. As soon as we heard the extra over the radio, we made a beeline straight for Somerville, and when we got there, we were greeted by CSX F40PH-2 number 9999 and Pan Am Railway's C40-8 number 7552, parked just north of MBTA's maintenance facility. A few minutes later, 7552 uncoupled from 9999 in order to turn around and couple back up to it facing north. After rejoining the CSX locomotive, almost an hour later, 7552 began to reverse with the F40, moving a few hundred feet south to couple up to a CSX business car stored between the MBTA commuter rail and Green Line maintenance facilities. Here's the executive train power reversing past 3rd Avenue in Somerville with 9999 leading Longhood forward. Not something you see every day in Boston. After coupling up to the business car, the train turned back around to return to where it was stored earlier, with the Pan Am-8 leading the CSX F40 in the business car. This CSX locomotive here is the last of CSX's 4 ex-Amtrak F40s yet to be repainted into the new B&O Heritage paint scheme, which you can see on the business car behind it. While a CSX Executive Train is definitely something interesting to see in Boston, the fact that this F40 is the last one painted in original CSX paint makes it even more interesting. Now that the office car special has been fully set up, with locomotives all in the right positions, it can head north to Maine tomorrow, allowing CSX executives to meet with Pan Am executives about their merger. This train is a sign of what is to come for Pan Am Railways, as over the course of the next year or so, CSX will take over.